We're sitting at my residence, Hawk Ranch in Murrieta, in our wedding gallery, and wanted to shoot a little clip about the 6 steps to scaling your business, kind of getting into some of the meat and the potatoes, so to speak, of how we grow businesses, how I grew mine, how I'm helping other people grow theirs. And we're going to dig into these 6 steps and show some real life examples. And I guess, the first step is assessing your capacity to scale. That's our first step in the 6-step process as we take businesses through. And I guess when I think of that word, assess, we're looking at assessing your business and your business model, which, can your business grow? Can it really get to 10 million or $100 million in sales? What's the market out there? What's the term, the TAM, the total addressable market? How many people could really buy your product, and how many people would reorder every month, and how big could we make it? So part of the assessment is looking at your business and the market and seeing if it really can hit the number that you hopefully have set as a goal, whether that's $10 million in sales, 100 million, a billion. We're assessing your business, looking at to make sure it can scale to the size that you want it to be. But the other side of the first step is assessing you personally. Do you have the capacity to scale? What skills, knowledge do you have that can take this business from, let's say, 10 employees to 100 employees? Your leadership skills, your sales and marketing background. So as we're assessing the business, we're also assessing the CEO who's running this business to say, hey, where do we need improvement? And that's where we step in and help, whether it's, you might need some management skills, people skills, or maybe you need some new products or some new marketing. So the first step in our 6 steps of growing a business, assess, is really about not just assessing the business, but also assessing the CEO, the founder, to find out who they are, what their background is, what they're good at, what they're not good at, what comes natural for them. A lot of CEOs, I recently did a test. I had 15 CEOs in the room, and we were testing whether we were an integrator or whether we were like an innovator. Some CEOs have the big dream goal, but they fail to implement, so they have a hard time implementing. And other ones don't really have a lot of vision, but they're really good implementers. And we were talking about, it was funny, in the room of 15 CEOs, literally it was 13 of us were one or the other. So it was like 6 were innovators, dreamers, and 6 were implementers. And only 2 out of the 15 did both. They could innovate and create a plan, and then they could execute on that plan. So what that told me is a lot of CEOs, if they're only good at half of it, they might need to hire someone to do the other half. So that's part of this whole assessment in the first step. So I wrote some notes here. Motivation. Do you have a compelling dream or vision that'll motivate you to do the work required to 10x your business in the next 3 to 5 years, And we've talked about that, like what is the business owner's goal, We were on the phone with a CEO of a company last week down in San Diego, California, and I asked her some questions like, what are your goals for revenue for the next 3 years? No answer. What are you finishing 2023? What will your revenue be this year, and what will your profit be? I'm not sure. I was absolutely in shock after assessing this person that had no plan to grow, nothing written down, didn't know where she was at this year, and it was kind of sad. So I was like, hey, you're not ready for the 6 steps. You haven't even gotten to step 1, which is setting a goal for your business. How much revenue do you want to do? How much profit? What's your goal? You're going to sell it? You're going to cash flow it? If you haven't figured that out, we're back to basically business planning, and we're like step 0, which is okay. Maybe that's where you're at. But if we don't have something concrete written down, a goal and some numbers that are achievable, then what are we doing? We're starting upside down, So I'll try to relate it back to when I started my business. I've had 4 businesses that I started, but I guess I'll go back to when I started my mortgage company. When I was assessing the business, I had no skills in mortgage. I had no idea how to fund a mortgage loan, but I did have a goal of, I want to do 100 loans a month. I want to make $100,000 a month net profit, which was going to make me $1.2 million a year in income. So I had an income goal, and I knew what I needed to do as far as sales and volume and revenue to hit that goal. I was pretty clear on that. And I had built organizations of 50 employees, salespeople and managers underneath me before. So I knew how to get people, interview, hire, train, lead. I knew how to do that part. But as far as assessing the business, could my mortgage company in Temecula do 100 loans a month? Well, I found mortgage companies that were doing 1,000 loans a month. I interviewed a couple mortgage companies that were doing 10,000 loans a month. So if this guy can do 10,000 and this other guy can do 1,000, can I do 100? Absolutely. It was just a matter of learning how. So part of my assessment in business, kind of stupid to be honest with you, was other people are doing it, I know I can do it. It wasn't like I was inventing, SpaceX. Can I launch a rocket to the moon and take, shuttles up there and drop stuff off, on a day? I mean, that was like Elon Musk, that was big dreams, big goals, stuff that hadn't been done yet. So I don't know if your business is things that haven't been done yet, something really revolutionary, like let's design an electric car, and the last 10 car companies that started in America all failed miserably. Elon Musk is the first successful car company that started in the last 80 years. Nobody made it except him. So assessing your business, setting some goals, this is all really important in the first step. And we spend some hours with the CEO going through that and making the vision crystal clear, So I'm excited to work with CEOs and talk to them about the first step in their business, assessing their ability to scale personally, their business's ability to scale, and what that's going to look like.